Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, the Mandalorian 3-pack of The Mandalorian, Djarin, Ahsoka Tano, and Grogu. This is based on the Season 2 appearance of The Mandalorian, Grogu, and Ahsoka Tano. Season 2? Yeah, Season 2. So this is one that was kind of odd. This is going to be an odd time to review. So this was originally an Amazon exclusive. I missed out on it. I didn't want to order it. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, I don't need another Mandalorian. But then the collector in me is like, I want every Mandalorian figure. Like, in addition to every Mandalorian character that is Mandalorian Creed, yes. I have that issue that I'm going through right now also. But I also want Djarin, every Mandalorian figure of him. Now, I have all the single releases and the quote-unquote 2-packs with Grogu and whatnot, those build-up packs. But I didn't get this one. And I always regretted it because this is the only Mandalorian Black Series figure that comes with the Beskar Spear. The only one. Vintage Collection may have done it, I think. But the only Black Series Mandalorian figure to come with the Beskar Spear is this guy here. So that is the big reason why I wanted it. Now, did I get the pack just because of the Beskar Spear? Absolutely not. Did it play a factor? Absolutely yes. But it's because I wanted the Mandalorian. I wanted every figure of the Mandalorian. I see what I have is the collector problem that a lot of us face. Not everyone. Some people, don't suffer from it and can make smarter, better decisions. But some of us are deeply affected to where we have to have these things to have them. Like we want to collect. That's what we are trying to do. We collect all these different things. So I got it. Whether it was the smartest decision to make or not. So anyway, here we go. Side artwork there. We get Ahsoka and Grogu. We got Mandalorian and Grogu, and then Ahsoka and Grogu. Again, kind of some still images from the series. Here on the back of the package, we get a look at the figures as well. There is a bio. We're going to read it. The Mandalorian seeks out Ahsoka Tano to help reveal the child's past and light the way to his future. She discovers his name is Grogu, and he has knowledge of the Force. Unwilling to train him, Ahsoka tells the Mandalorian to go to Tython's ancient temple ruins so that Grogu can reach out through the Force atop the temple's seeing stone in hopes a Jedi may sense his presence. And I think, that's how Luke Skywalker gets involved. And I hated the fact that Luke Skywalker was involved, but that's a whole different issue. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these bad boys out of the package. You can see there's no window box. This is pre-return to window box. But let's go ahead and get these three out of there. Before we get into it, big shout out and thank you to BigBadToyStore.com. They actually sent this out to me so I can review to you guys and share in the gloriousness of this 3-pack. So link in the video description below to pick up your Star Wars Mandalorian Black Series 3-pack of Djarin, Ahsoka Tano, and Grogu. So link in the video description below. Head over to BigBadToyStore.com, pick up your 3-pack, or pick up any of your action figure needs to feed that collecting addiction that I have. BigBadToyStore.com, link in the video description below. Okay, so here are the figures out of the package, and yes, there are more unique things to this pack than just the Beskar Spear. But the Beskar Spear is a big one. I don't believe this version of the child has been released in any other way. Now, we've got a couple of versions. There is the single... I still have an unopened one, actually. Is this... Yeah, I still have an original unopened. The child, as you can see here, he's standing up and everything. This one is Grogu actually sitting down. And I'll get in for a closer look so you can see him. So that is a big difference. I don't think this Grogu has been released before, so that is a unique Grogu figure for this pack. And not only that, is Ahsoka Tano has the soft goods. I don't think her single release figure got those soft goods. I don't think she did for her appearance in The Mandalorian, and I don't know if I don't think she did for her appearance in her own show, Ahsoka. I could be wrong on that, but maybe that's the case. But anyway, in terms of additional accessories, we get Mandalorian's 2 guns, his long rifle, his pistol, and then we get the 2 lightsabers for Ahsoka. And then, of course, the Beskar Spear, which does clip into his back, which is, again, going to be unique here to this set. So let's go ahead and get in for a closer look. We'll go ahead and get Ahsoka Tano out of the way, and then we'll get into the dynamic duo of Djarin and the child. Okay, so I double checked. I didn't want to misrepresent or misspeak or say the wrong thing. I looked it up. I looked up the other live action Ahsoka Tano action figures in Black Series, and she did not have soft goods, no cloak with any of those figures. So that is something unique to this pack. Those kinds of things, from my perspective, from a collector standpoint, it's like you want to have all the, not necessarily every variation, because only the crazy ones like me have to have that, but like if you want Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, like this is how she looked when she first appeared. She had the cloak on there, so wouldn't you want to get that? I think so. And it's pretty good. So the soft goods on there, nice and soft. It comes together there. It does have the hood, so you can have it to where she has the hood down, of course, or you can have the hood on. I feel like after I put the hood on, there we go. Wait. You can get it to lay a little bit flatter. There we go. See, it doesn't, it doesn't really bunch up as much. So that looks pretty good there. So the soft goods is just like a poncho, just kind of goes over there. I don't know how I can easily get it off, to be completely honest with you. I'm not super familiar with Black Series figures. I don't know if the heads easily pop off. Hopefully they do. Because if they don't, I don't know how you really get the cloak off. I'm gonna try and pull the head off, and we'll see. But anyway, the rest of the figure should be the exact same from the the previous release from Mandalorian. I could be wrong on that, but again, I don't know if the head pops off. Can it just? Oh, yeah, sure does. Okay, so then you can remove it there, and as you can see, you have the poncho. It's just done in this gray color. Looks pretty good. As you can see there, it's uneven, it's like tattered ends there. And here we have the Ahsoka Tano figure. And again, this is going to be my first Ahsoka figure, so I have it. I don't know what they're like at all. So this is my first experience and exposure into one, and I don't know if I put that head on right. I'm gonna have to double check that. But the figure itself looks pretty good there. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the articulation now. Okay, so Ahsoka's articulation, head is on a dumbbell joint, as you can see. Well, the peg is like inside the head. I don't know if that's removable, but that is going to limit. And then the way her hair, I don't know what her alien race is and what these things are called. I mean, you guys let me know. Like, is it hair? I don't think it's hair. I don't know how that works, but that's going to greatly limit the articulation. So she's not going to be able to look up. She's not really going to be able to look down either. She can turn her head a little bit, but not a crazy amount, to be completely honest with you guys. The arm can go straight out like so. You get a full rotation in there. It is a single jointed elbow, which most Black Series figures at this point are. You get a little bit more than 90 degrees in there, which is good. Wrist swivel, and it does have the vertical hinge because she's got dual lightsabers, so she's got to be able to wield those. So she's got the right hinge for it. And one thing that I think was very, very clever by Black Series is take a look at her back. So the way her suit is designed, her shoulders are exposed. And what Black Series did is they just went ahead and made that whole thing butterfly joints. Like, why paint that when you could just have a whole new piece? Why bother? So just a whole new piece in there for butterfly joints, and that works out pretty good. And I think that was very clever and works out quite well. So she's got a hell of a back reach on that butterfly. Coming forward, though, I don't know that it's going to be a whole lot, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, it kind of isn't a whole lot. The waist, diaphragm, upper torso joint, all that we get in there is a ball jointed waist. It seems like a very high waist, but she's got this piece here that's very thick that would really prevent any other movement any other way. So the diaphragm cut is in there, so she could tilt to her left that much, she could tilt to her right that much, she can lean back a little bit, and then she comes forward very little there, and then you get the swivel on in there. Legs go out that far apart. That is really good, actually. Really, really good there. There is a upper thigh swivel, and they did this. They actually did this smart. Look at Black Series doing some stuff that's actually pretty good. So you can see where they hid the thigh cut in there, so that like the upper portion of this pant leg actually goes around, but you could still swivel in there. So it's completely hidden. Smart, very smart, and works out really well. So that is pretty cool. Single jointed knee, though, which doesn't surprise me because, again, Black Series has really moved into doing single joints for everything. But the way they do this, and this could always be scary when you have very baggy pants, they've tucked the knee the knee bend into the pants, as you can see the way it cuts. So it hides it really well. Like, if you look from that standpoint, not as much, but straight forward, it's pretty good. From the side, it's pretty good. So not too bad. So just about 90-degree bend at that knee there. There's no calf swivel or boot swivel. Foot hinges down all the way. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, pecals at the bottom of the feet. So I'm actually pretty surprised by this, not having an Ahsoka figure yet. This will be my first one. The articulation does surprise me and is pretty good. Okay, looking at the detail of her two lightsabers, they look pretty good. Nice silver color in there with a little bit of a darker titanium color in some portions of the hilt, and then a little tiny bit of gold trim right in there. So that is pretty good. And she's got the two lightsabers, and they are not the same. One is smaller than the other. The smaller one doesn't get any gold paint in there, but it does have a little bit of that titanium on top of that silver there. It looks like a little bit of a diamond pattern. So that is pretty good. The blade lengths are different. One is longer than the other. They are white in color. I don't know the full story on why she has white blades. I think when she left the Jedi Order, maybe that has something to do with it. But there we go. They look pretty good. And of course, like all lightsabers, the blades can be removed so you can store the hilt actually on the figure. There are little pegs in there, so just around the ring, you can just kind of stick it on there, and boom, she is ready to go for battle whenever the time may come, and she can easily reach them. So I always like that Black Series had done that. And as you can see here, Ahsoka is quite fun to pose out with her dual lightsabers and with the cloak fully on. I've had a lot of fun with this figure, more than I thought it would be. And now this is not a pack that I wanted to pick up for Ahsoka. It was really for the Mandalorian. So let's go ahead and get into him. Or actually, let's do Grogu first, because he's only going to take a few seconds. Oh, look at the little guy. He's so cute. He's tiny. He's super tiny. And then again, this is more of him sitting. As you can see, kind of have his legs. Almost looks like a little crisscross applesauce, but his legs are probably so short he can't actually really cross them. But he looks so cute on there. Oh, look at the little guy. So I really like it. Again, this is not the same Grogu that we had seen in other packs. This is him sitting down. So very nice touch. Okay, wait, my bad. Not the first Grogu that's sitting down, as you can see in this single release. Here, he is sitting down. However, his arms are far apart, and it looks like there is a little bit of articulation in those arms. These arms are a little bit more kind of in, so he's really more relaxed. This one, he's just sitting to be in his pram, so it is not the same Grogu. Similar, but not the same. And as you can see here, for this one that was a single carded figure for 25 bucks, like they didn't even get paint on his robes. Like this one, at least his robes are painted, like the brown and the lighter tan color around the sleeves and the collar. So yeah, there is the difference there between those Grogus. So just thought I'd point that out. Okay, here we have him, the man, the Mandalorian, Djarin here. And again, this is something that we've seen before. We've gotten this release a couple of times. And most recently is actually, I would say, is going to be the A-list. Although, this is the new body, this is the older body, which I actually do have. And I guess this one would make more... Wait, hold on. So many different Mandalorian figure releases. So we got, like, the first one here from Season 2. So obviously, this one's going to be... the similar, it's not actually the same, and now that I look at it side by side here, I do see a big difference. So if you look at the right leg armor piece, it still has a little bit of the old rusty and brown color in there. This one does get that updated to where it is the full silver in there, so it's going to repaint it over. That's going to be kind of the bigger difference, and then we get the blue like missile launcher piece on his right knee, whereas brown on the original one, and then this piece here over his right knee is more red in color versus brown. Other than that, essentially they're going to be the same body mold and stuff, but one big update also is the silver is just is better all over, especially in the helmet, whereas on the previous one the helmet actually just looks very like not shiny like not good. This one is actually a shiny version, so this one's quite nice because we got it before the Season 3 Mandalorian had come out, and we got that that release not the Season 3, the Boba Fett Book of Boba Fett version of Mandalorian, which got the all new body and all of that, and then the Season 3 A-list release. So at the time, this one would have been the best Mandalorian for sure, but again, this is still the only one to come with the Beskar Spear, so not to be taken lightly. That is a pretty cool feature there. And look at that. It's got a clip to store the Beskar spear. So this is actually, unfortunately, you know, we get his long rifle there, which would have pegged into that spot. So unfortunately, because that clip is in there, and I don't think it's something that's going to be removable, I ain't going to try it and break it. This gun isn't really going to go anywhere on there. Now, you might be able to clip it, the scope or something, and do that if you wanted to, which is not technically accurate, but that can work. Let's see. You could probably do, you could do like other, so you could do that, and it's not really accurate, but if you wanted to be able to store the rifle, you could do that. He's got the peg in the back that would have been for the jetpack that he doesn't come with here, and you could temporarily place this on there. Oh, I guess the cape can kind of hold. Oh, you know what? That could work. And okay. All right. So, and then boom, you got your Beskar spear. So you could do that, and that actually works out quite well. I tried that earlier, and it kind of fell out, but now it's holding on there strong, and that's something that you can do. But otherwise, it doesn't really work on there because you got the Beskar spear. Now, the spear, is it a big deal? Not really, but I always like having like official things. You could use really any silver spear if you wanted to and just call it the Beskar spear. But here is the official Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Beskar spear. It's just done in this silver color. A little bit darker than I would have liked. I would have liked for it to have matched like the helmet silver and shine. It doesn't quite have that, but it definitely does the job. It's a little flimsy because it's, you know, a thin piece of plastic, of course. But we got the official Beskar spear and that nice little clip on there. So you can store the spear. So there we go. So that is exciting to me. I know for a lot of you guys it may not be, but for me that was a really big deal. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at the rest of the figure. Again, the silver is nice because we actually get a nice shiny silver color on the helmet, which we hadn't gotten previously. So this one is definitely a plus. And then throughout the figure, all the armor pieces are repainted silver to really stand out and look a little bit better, especially like the pauldron there on his right shoulder with the rhino head sculpt. I forget what the animal was called. So just all around, really good looking Mandalorian figure that I am happy to have. So there we go. Okay, so there we go. There is the 3-pack, a Beskar spear. The Mandalorian is very good. Now, we do have that newer body that is a little bit better. Definitely harder to get, but this one is nice. And again, some unique things. We get the soft goods cloak that comes with Ahsoka Tano. We get the Beskar spear and the clip to go on his back. And we get this particular version of Grogu that we have not seen before. So you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this 3-pack? Are you regretting that you may have missed out on it on Amazon? Or did you pick it up through Amazon? I regret passing on it. And I'm glad that Big Bad Toy Store came through in a clutch to ship this out to me. So link in the video description below if you want to pick up this set, or if you want to get all of your Star Wars Black Series action figure needs, or just all of your addiction collecting action figure needs, get them at bigbadtoystore.com. So link in the video description below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching. This is the way.